Okay, today we're diving into something pretty big. A massive strategic investment by Hyundai Motor Group right here in Europe.
That's right. We're talking about the Square campus.
Exactly. 150 million dropped into this new German test facility. And it seems like it's more than just, building bigger labs.
Oh, definitely. It's a statement. They're aiming to hyper-tailor the next Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis cars, specifically for European conditions, for the roads you drive.
And we've got the details, the technical specs for this place. It's in Rüsselsheim, Germany, right? A huge expansion of their existing technical center there.
Yep, 25,000 square meters. It's actually the biggest investment they've made at that site since way back in 2003.
So our mission today is to cut through the blueprints and the construction dust to figure out, what does this actually mean? This level of local R&D, what does it mean for the cars themselves? For refinement, speed of development?
Well, the core idea is really about strategic control and speed, velocity. That 150 million, with the official opening, November 6th, 2025, it serves their stated goal pretty clearly.
Which is?
Reinforcing commitment to Europe, obviously, but also gaining, and this is their phrase, more independence and flexibility in advanced development.
Independence, meaning less reliance on, say, the main R&D back in Korea.
In a way, yes. It underpins their ability to create tech that caters first to European drivers and regulations, which are often unique.
Right, that makes sense, especially with things moving so fast, like with EVs. But does building this huge new hub risk, I don't know, duplicating work, stuff they're already doing in Namyang, their main Korean center? Is it really more efficient?
It's framed more as accelerating the network, not just duplicating. The Square campus is meant to enhance collaboration with Namyang. Think of it like a synchronized global test loop. Localization happens faster in parallel with the core development back in Korea.
So it speeds things up overall.
Exactly. That kind of independence, or maybe agility is a better word, is crucial in the EV race especially.
And speaking of testing, they aren't just locking themselves in labs, are they? This high-tech facility works alongside their more extreme real-world testing, too.
Absolutely. It complements, it doesn't replace. They still have their facility at the Nürburgring, the Green Hill.
Right, for durability and performance testing, pushing cars to the absolute limit.
Precisely. And that trackside site also got an upgrade, remember? A separate 13 million expansion earlier this year, January 2025, for more specialized testing space.
So they're hitting it from both sides. High-tech lab precision in Rüsselsheim and brutal real-world endurance at the ring.
It's a comprehensive approach.
Fascinating.
Okay.
Let's step inside Rüsselsheim then. Because the big advantage indoors is control, isn't it?
Yeah.
Repeatable testing, taking weather and, random variables out of the equation.
That's the key benefit. And for you, the listener, this translates directly into a better driving experience, especially around noise and refinement.
How so?
Well, think about the quest for quietness, that feeling of premium refinement. It often boils down to nailing the NVH, noise, vibration, and harshness.
Ah, yes, NVH, the bane of many a car engineer.
Indeed. And the Square campus has the group's largest semi-anechoic chamber, basically a super quiet room.
Okay.
This allows them to do unrestricted NVH testing, even things like drive-by noise measurements, totally independent of wind, rain, anything happening outside.
That controlled environment must be incredibly powerful, especially when you get into EV testing. Batteries are notoriously sensitive, right?
Exactly. And that's where it gets really interesting. They've built this state-of-the-art EV charging lab inside a massive climate chamber.
Climate chamber. So we're talking temperature extremes.
Extreme is the word. The source material gives this great example. They can take EV batteries, maybe for the new Hyundai Inster or Kia EV4,
Okay.
and subject them to a swing from a literally glacial minus 50 degrees Celsius.
Minus 50. Wow.
All the way up to over 40 degrees Celsius, desert heat, basically, in just a few hours.
That's incredible. So you're simulating Finnish winters and Spanish summers back-to-back in the lab?
Precisely. It's about understanding battery performance, charging speeds, efficiency under every conceivable European condition without waiting for the seasons or shipping cars around the globe.
Compressing years of climate data into like a day's work, that saves huge amounts of time and money.
Enormous amounts. And they've been smart about future-proofing, too.
How do you mean?
While EVs are obviously a huge focus, the facility has advanced dynamometers, the rolling roads the cars sit on,
Right.
that are compatible with everything. All electric, yes, but also hybrid and even traditional internal combustion engines. They're covered whichever way the market shifts.
Okay, so they have this incredible tech, climate chambers, quiet rooms, advanced dynos. How does this specifically connect back to making cars better for, say, driving in downtown Rome versus cruising on the Autobahn?
Well, you touched on it. The managing director of the technical center, Tyrone Johnson, basically said the European market is the most complicated in the world.
Because of the diversity.
Exactly. Huge variety in road types, city layouts, driving styles. It demands unique solutions. You can't just have one-size-fits-all tuning.
So how do they replicate, say, bumpy Italian roads inside a German lab?
That's where the dynos get really clever. They mount specialized panels onto the rollers.
Panels.
Yeah, panels that perfectly simulate specific rough surfaces. So they can mimic the famous cobblestones, the San Pietrini you find in Rome.
Ah, I know those well. Car rattles guaranteed.
Or they can simulate the rough concrete plates, the Planche Revide you sometimes hit on older sections of the German Autobahn. They're literally bringing specific European road textures indoors for tuning suspension, acoustics, everything.
That is seriously impressive. Tuning for specific roads, not just generic rough or smooth.
It allows for a much higher degree of specific refinement.
And what about the cities? You mentioned complex city peculiarities. I'm thinking tight parking, narrow streets, stuff that drives you mad in older European towns.
They're definitely working on that. That's where the electronics side comes in heavily. The facility has new labs dedicated to extended electronics development. Think over-the-air updates OTA, making sure those work flawlessly, cybersecurity, which is crucial, and advanced driver assistance systems, ADAS.
ADS for cities, like better automatic braking or...
That, but also, and you'll appreciate this, the parking problem.
Ah, yes, the eternal struggle.
They're specifically using an outdoor area alongside the indoor labs to develop automatic and remote parking systems. The goal is to nail navigation in those incredibly narrow European garages and super tight street parking spots.
Okay, that is a feature I can get behind. Solving the tight parking nightmare. That feels like a very tangible benefit from this huge investment. It's not just abstract R&D.
It's about solving real local pain points.
Right. Now, zooming out a bit, what about the bigger picture for Hyundai Motor Group? Are there other aspects to this, beyond the tech?
Well, there's a sustainability angle, too. The campus itself was built with green principles in mind.
Like solar panels.
Yep. Recycled materials were used in construction. There are photovoltaic panels for solar energy, and they use heat pump systems for heating and cooling. It aligns with their bigger goal, achieving zero tailpipe emissions globally by 2045.
So the R&D facility itself reflects their environmental ambitions. Makes sense.
And it's also a significant investment in people, not just buildings and machines.
So
They've grown the team there quite a bit, a 20% increase just since 2024.
wow.
So they now employ over 500 people at the technical center. It shows a commitment to getting the right talent to actually operate all this advanced tech.
Technology and talent going hand in hand. Okay, so to sort of wrap things up, what's the core strategic takeaway here?
The Square campus is really about acceleration and precision, tailored for Europe. It lets them do extreme, highly accurate, repeatable tests, NVH, climate, powertrain much faster.
And it ensures the results are directly relevant to European drivers.
Exactly. Whether you're tackling the Autobahn or just trying to squeeze into a tiny parking space in the city, it's about refining the car for those specific, often challenging conditions.
That focus on solving those specific issues really came through today. And look, if you enjoyed this deep dive, finding out the why behind Hyundai's big R&D push,
then definitely consider following the channel.
yes, please do.
Yeah.
And if you feel like this kind of analysis adds value, well, buying me a coffee using the link in the description really does make a big difference. It helps us keep doing these deep dives.
Absolutely. And, this whole discussion raises a pretty interesting question for the future.
Oh, yeah.
The sources kept emphasizing how much time and money they save by simulating the world indoors. If engineers can now perfectly replicate, say, a Roman road surface or Norwegian winter conditions in a lab,
Right.
how close are we really to a future where traditional real-world prototype testing, driving camouflage cars all over the planet becomes almost unnecessary,
Yeah.
redundant?
Could simulation completely replace physical testing eventually? That's a dissuasive thought. Definitely something for you, our listeners, to mull over.
Food for thought.
Indeed. We'll leave it there for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.